Alright, how is everyone doing today? My name is Miinfin. I was here yesterday running a very quick game. Now I'm running one that's not so quick. This is Kaze and the Wild Masks. If you like Donkey Kong style games or precision platformers, this is a game for you. I have more time to talk about this, and so we're going to get this going, and then I will talk about it while we're in the game. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so Kaze and the Wild Masks is developed by Pixel Hive Studios, a Brazilian company, and it is published by Sedesco. Like I said earlier, it is a precision platformer. It's an indie game. It came out in March of this year. This one I do know the time frame on. It is a great game. The general storyline is that I think Kung Fu Panda, where you have like a mystical teacher and this person who thinks that they are better than everybody, well, takes over powerful stuff from them, turns veggies alive that are evil, and everybody but myself seems to have been trapped somewhere. So we're on a mission to go save our people, save our brother, which is Hogo, which is the red thing flying behind me, who helps keep me alive. And we gotta go through a nice-long journey between 4 different hubs to do so. So a lot of what you'll see me doing is this spin right here. Not only is it an attack, it's also faster, and that's the end of the first stage. A lot of these stages, with the exception of one, are going to be like right around a minute long. The category we were playing is any percent casual no-level skip. So the reason why there are so many words in there is because any percent is obviously, hey, we're going to beat the game beginning to end. That's most any percents. So casual is one of the settings. You have extra health, because you notice that Hogo is gold now. That means I have got an extra heart from somewhere. In regular or original, you have 2 health points. That's it. You have Hogo when he's red, and you have Hogo when he's not there. That's it. In casual, Hogo glows gold whenever you have a 3rd hit point, meaning you get hit an extra time, which does enable for marathon safe strats, but it also means that I can do some damage boosts in areas that I normally wouldn't be able to do with 2 hit points. The no-level skip is also, as an additional thing for casual, is if you die on a level 7 times, your 8th time going in, you will have the option to just skip the level. You don't have to play it, and it counts as progression. That particular speedrun, and I've missed both setups for this, so we're doing this the long way, that speedrun is boring, so we don't do that. If I die, I keep dying. If I happen to die 7 times in the stage, I cannot level skip. Because that's just wrong. So, overall, the gameplay is not much different from original, but it's still fun. And this game is called Kaze and the Wild Mask, and this level is going to introduce the first Wild Mask. Each of these Wild Masks is one of the masters that was kind of defeated in the storyline, which you would have seen in a cutscene, but we skipped cutscenes because cutscenes are slow. This is the bird mask. Turns our ears into giant wings. We get to go flap flap. We also have an attack, but we don't use it in this stage. We do get a prompt saying, hey, you can do this here, but we don't. It's just faster to fly around. If we don't need it. We will be taking 1 intentional damage boost a little later on, because it's just faster than waiting for a cycle. Now, one thing that will come into play is if I do die, in original, that big old crystal I passed, that's a checkpoint, and I have way too high right now. If we die in original, we go back to the checkpoint or beginning level, whichever one is the most recent, like, save area. That's the damage boost there. Cut down here. Beat that fireball. In casual, if you die, there are extra hidden checkpoints that you don't really see, but you get spawned closer to where you died. So, it's a little bit easier for people who don't do platformers or anything like that, but it also isn't a 30-second time loss every time you die. The other cool thing is after every checkpoint or mask, yeah, it's actually heavily inspired by Donkey Kong Country. The devs make no hidden fact of that. This DKC was an inspiration for this game, and you can definitely tell. Some people have made the a comparison to like Rayman. I can kind of see it, and maybe the twirly ears and stuff, but that's about it. But it's very much a platformer like that. Now, there's going to be a lot of ground pound things that you're going to see me doing like that. When you ground pound, you get a little extra height, and so we can actually make our way up to platforms or ladders or anything like that that we normally wouldn't be able to off a regular jump. So we'll be using that. There is one level where we use it a lot. Some people, like someone who is much faster than me, Kavalka, does, because he's got like an insane amount of ground pounds in a level, but we don't see that until Hub 3. And I was not supposed to take damage there, but that's okay. We're good. Now, not so much. I needed the damage boost a little bit closer to this guy. But it's okay. We're fine. Okay, so a lot of these levels are going to go by fast. Now, you see that there is a collection screen at the end of each of these levels. So we want to make sure we're avoiding any of the Kaze letters, which are gold tokens that you'll see through the level, and as much of the purple gems as possible. Because the longer we're on that screen, the less time we have, or the longer it's going to take us to get to the next level to go faster. And we want to avoid those. Now we're in a lights on, lights off, where we have our a couple new enemies. We got some chompy corn, we got some crab apples, crabby pineapples. They don't like the light, so we turn the lights on, they go away, they shrink. They are also indestructible, so that's how we get around them. Boing. We can get past the dragon fruit porcupines right there. So there are some enemies that have, like, hey, you can only hit it from front, you can only hit it from the back, you can only bounce on it, things like that. And I will apologize ahead of time, I'm a little congested. I got morning allergies, and they are not fun. So if I sound a little congested or if I have to stop explaining, that's why. I apologize. Intended damage boost! Now the rest of this level is pretty much just spin and avoid the pineapple-y thingies. But this level is, yep, dragon fruit porcupine. Unfortunately, they're a little evil. They don't like us, so they wanted to poke us. Now we're coming up to our second mask. The background of this level has water. Gee, I wonder what kind of mask this is gonna be. It is definitely something water-related. Maybe a shark, I don't know. Actually, that's what it is. So water here has some interesting properties and stuff. If we drop in it for higher than a tile, without the ears going, we will dip down automatically. If we hover into it, we will just land on the water. And I'm going to damage boost here because it saves time. There is a faster way to do it, but my timing is way off. And now we are the Shark Master. So when you're in water like this, holding jump will actually just be a continual acceleration, and the spin dash still is a spin dash, but it torpedoes you forward. So when we're in water, we never let go of A, and we're almost always mashing spin, because it's fast. Also, my hitbox is one tile high right now, while I'm swimming in water, and we'll take advantage of that a little bit later. And if you time coming out of the water just right in a spin, you just kind of yeet yourself out of the water. We're going to take advantage of it right here, because, oh look, we can just skate between them. And there's getting an area coming up where we just kind of float between some artichoke leaves. I'm going to take a little bit of time to line it up, and there we go. That way we don't have to go up and down and up and down, and we don't have to lose time by taking hits. Death Control, Kavalka, how you doing, guys? Both of these guys run. Death Control is a god at individual level times. Which, by the way, if you like games that give you like time trials after you beat a level, this one does it. Once you beat a level, you can go back in, collect a stopwatch, and try to be fast. Death Control is ungodly fast. Kavalka is just fast at the entire game. Those guys are great. Now we got Mommy Mona, Mother Mona. Big ol' happy artichoke. So what we're supposed to do is at a certain point, these little curly-Q things are going to come out. We're supposed to hop up them to bop Mona on the head. This is speedrun. We ain't got time for that. Instead, we hop her on the side and just bop her on the head. It is not PC only. It is on, I know it's on Switch. I'm pretty sure it's on most major platforms. I know on Steam it's $20. That's what I play it on. I'm pretty sure it's just $20 regardless of where you get it. It is well worth it, especially if you like things just like fun, cute platformers. Now we're in phase 3. One important thing to note about bosses is that they are scripted. There is no RNG or anything unless they have an attack like that that aims at you. So they're always planned out. The problem is if you get hit by the boss in any of their phases, the phase resets. For speedrun reasons, I am not going to show that. We're just going to go ahead and finish it. Because it's a sad moment whenever you have to repeat like a 10 to 15 seconds. All 3 early hits, yep. The first early hit is actually a little hard to hit because Mona moves slower in that one, and your timing has to be different than the other 2. But getting all 3 early hits does save a decent chunk of time. Now, we come into an ice level. Everybody loves ice. Not really. But the level is actually not that bad. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to jump over. I didn't want to spin. Oops. Oh well. Not really going to cost me any time. No! Alright, gotta be careful here. I was looking at chat and forgot to spin. Not bueno. Alright, now we're past the point where I don't have to worry about accidentally bopping one of those carrots and landing in a pit. But this level's a lot of just spin jumping, taking advantage of things. If you hit 3 enemies in a row, you get a nice little speed boost there. I like it. Alright. Whew. This is the section of the game I hate, or at least this one. No, they don't. Apparently they don't like vegetables because you're beating up on them the entire time. Alright, that's an ice level. Now, y'all remember the barrels from Donkey Kong? We have slingshots. We skip them, or at least we skip some of them because... No, I missed it. I actually learned that while watching Kavalka at Brat the other day. It's like, oh, we can do that? Really? Okay. Funny part is, they don't seem to like vegetables, yet they say, hey, make sure to eat your fruits and veg. Oh, god dang it. Alright, so we're just going to slingshot our way through some of this. Some of those we can avoid, some of those, like that one, we can't. So we're going to skip the first 2 here, and we come up to our first checkpoint. We get a heart right here, and now we're going to come across where the ground pound cancel, or the ground pound attack, is going to help us reach a couple things a little bit faster. So we can avoid some other things. It also helps us avoid a damage boost right there. And there we go. End of the level, skipping some of those things. I didn't want to do that. That's okay. We're good! So that first damage boost, if you bounce on that tomato or beet or whatever it is just right, you actually land on that top thing so you can skip some stuff. These walls that I'm passing by right there, you only see if you're 100%ing the game because you have to collect green gems from inside each of the levels. This level, though, I'm going to talk... I love this level. This is my favorite level in the game. I don't know why I jumped up there. I don't need to jump up there. Because this has my favorite mask in the game. We go zoomies with it. Ooh. I did not want to take that damage there. I need to be a little careful here. Whee! And here we go. We have my favorite mask in the game, because we go the big old zoomies with it. It's the tiger mask. We have a dash. I got so lucky with that. I missed, but I still grabbed the edge. Holy crap. I forgot about that particular bump there. I tried to damage boost through a few areas in this. No. Okay. I'm missing that little ledge clip. Refill heart. There's a lot of zoomies in this level. And... so... there is contention that... I mean, there's no contention. This is the best mask in the game. I think almost every runner can confirm that this is the best mask in the game. For me, the one I dislike the most is the lizard one because I have no control. But some people like the bird, and I can see that because the bird's just wonky controls. I hate it when I do that. So I lost a little bit of time there, but at least I saved it without dying. Hey! Now we come to one that has a really nice, like, 4 to 5 second time save at the end of the level. We have ropes of hope. We have automatic ropes that kind of go on here. We have some that we can climb. We want that heart. We're going to jump over him. We're going to jump over this. We weren't supposed to re-grab that. Nope. I, for some odd reason, decided to hold that wrong. We're going to play this little safe since I goofed that up. I'm sorry, excuse me, what? Well. Needless to say, that's a, oops. That shouldn't have happened. Alright. Now, there's a total of 3 sections like this where you've got, ow! Drop, please. Alright, so there are 3 sections like that where you have to go between the tomatoes. I go through 2 of them. We have 1 there. My timing is way off on jumping off these ropes. I am normally a lot cleaner with that. Well, there goes me being able to do this last part the fast way. I am just hitting all of these things. Never mind. Talk about a skip and then you goof it up. That's alright. Alright, so now we're coming up to our next snowy level. We turn into the bird again on this and we get to take advantage of the wonky hitboxes. Because we will be cutting through some things that we normally wouldn't be able to as regular Kaze. But for some odd reason in the masks, it seems like some of our hitboxes get a little bit smaller. Not that I complain, because it makes this level faster when you can just skip through things. Whee! Bonk. Oh yeah, we have to contend with wind in here too, so... That's right, I need to go this way. I was thinking of the wrong area. That's there. Fight with the wind. We get a slight speed boost when we're flying against the wind when we hit the flat button, but it's not much. We cut through there. Our feet don't seem to have a hitbox. I did not want to fly into that thing, but it works, whatever. Now we're going to avoid some pumpkins. I swear, the pumpkins here are probably my favorite sprite design as an enemy, because they just look so dang cool. Now, the pumpkins are almost always going to be on a cycle, and this will be really important on a level later on. But cycles is something I haven't really talked about yet, because you do see a lot of them. So things like enemies and cycles and stuff don't actually start their activation until they're about to be on screen. So unless you're actually kind of like bad on timing, as long as you know your cycles, you should be fine. So you shouldn't have to worry about, like, oh, I messed up here, I'm going to miss the cycle later on, because that cycle doesn't know you're there until you're about to enter that part of the screen. Now, everybody remembers the mine carts, right? Well, that's what the Lizard Master does. The Lizard Master is actually a hidden master. You actually kind of figure out where he comes from if you 100% the game. But needless to say, he's someone that didn't get noticed by Tycoon, who's the final boss. Bonk. Now, with this, it's oh! I jumped straight over that thing. Alright. Now, I move at a pretty fixed speed. But if you do things like ground pounding into downward slopes, okay, my jump button got eaten there. Alright, so anyway, like I was saying, you actually gain speed if you ground pound into a downward slope like that. So we try to jump up the upward slope and ground pound into the down slopes. Preferably with more success, but this is a marathon. Marathon things happen. I was not playing this battle on this level earlier. Because, of course, it's a marathon. Why would everything go great? That's okay. And now we're at the end of the level, so... whee! In we go. Alright, and let's see. So, Pumpkin Pyre. Probably my favorite level in this hub. I get my favorite mask, but I love the design of this level. So, apparently there's a forest area that's on fire, and there's smoke rising. Probably because it's taken out over by the pumpkins. Why did I extra hover there? And we're going to hover up this right here. And the cool thing is if you aren't hovering with your ears to go up, you slow fall. So you don't fall as fast, which is great. It comes in handy in an area later, because we can alternate hovering and falling to just make our way through a series of pumpkins. We'll see that later. Because this is one of those levels where cycles are important, and knowing them and when they're going to happen, so you can avoid hitting things. Exactly. Hashtag just marathon things. And I'm going to take an intentional damage boost here. I did not want to bop on his head, so I had to stop for just a second. And we got the glitch with no ear flying, yay! It's an interesting visual glitch that pops up, but it's like, ooh, I'm hovering while my ears are pointed straight up. Alright, now we're coming up to the last section here. And that's where the hovering without the ears comes in handy, because I can clear that distance a little easier. We're going to spin and hover right here in the middle, and we will beat that pumpkin to the exits. Now, you thought those pumpkins were super cool. Now we come into probably what is my least favorite boss in the game, but it's got the best boss music and you see nothing but the pumpkins. It's snowy in the back, we've got pumpkins in the front. It's like The Nightmare Before Christmas, just not as good as Tim Burton's. So, in this level, we are going to be playing a lot of dodgeball with the pumpkins. We are going to be looking for the small little tomato beak things, and we need to hit 2 of them in each stage. So each part of the phase, we'll be having pumpkins going one direction, and then we'll change to the other one. So in the first 2 phases, they're going to be horizontal, then vertical, and they follow specific patterns. Because like I said, scripted bosses. So we know exactly where they're going to come up. I'm going to wait here. Homie in red number 2 is right there. Now in the first 2 phases, it is possible to hit Buck off screen. I am just not great at it. So this is that attack I was telling you about the Deferred Mask Kaze. This is about the only place we use it aside from a couple levels. Now we have to contend with wind and dodging the pumpkins. Now the cool thing is outside of hitting him off to the side, provided that you hit those the red tomato beak things while they're on screen, you don't have to worry about missing a phase because you have until they go off the screen to hit them. So it's not going to be any slower if you hit them right when they come on or right before they go off the screen, because you still have to finish out all of the pumpkin phase. We're going to have Homie in red come up right here. We're going to bop him. We're not going to bother with the fireball. And now we got phase 3. Phase 3 starts off like the others. Hey, we're going to have horizontal pumpkins. And we're going to dodge around here on the bottom a little bit. After this pillar of 3, we're going to dodge up top, because here pretty soon Homie Red's coming off to the left. There he is. Now, phase 2 of this is going to do something completely different. We're going to hover in the middle, because instead of going vertical, it's, oh my god, it's diagonal. What are we going to do? We're just going to dodge it. This is also the only phase where, in case you miss because of diagonals, you have a third one which is not required. We're going to hover down here because Buck follows you, but he rotates a lot slower in phase 3. We're going to purposely have him going diagonally towards his middle and fly up over him because he can't correct fast enough, so it's faster than waiting for his face to come around to shoot him. And that is Hub 3. I think. Wait, no, I'm sorry. That is Hub 2. We're going into Hub 3. I'm getting ahead of myself. I have not had enough coffee. This would be an insane run if we were going into Hub 3 at 27 minutes. Alright, so obviously, as most games are, as you get into other hubs or worlds, the game will get progressively harder. So, Hub 3 does get more difficult. I don't know why it didn't spin there. But hey, you see water. Guess what? It's shark time again. And we got Pickle Ricks. I'm gonna skip that heart. Now, those starfish right there, they're great. We're gonna damage booster them a lot. Now, if I can actually control Kaze the right way, that would go a lot smoother. And, alright, so now we got a checkpoint. We're going to have a heart coming up here, so we're going to be back at Golden Pogo. Now, the hitboxes on these are just right where if you're in certain areas, you can't... Ow! That's not what I wanted to do. Not like I need the extra hit point between now and then, but it's fine. But, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So the hitbox on this, there are some of those points where you can actually cut by the starfish without taking the damage, but I haven't figured that out yet. People like Death Control have. So I just damage boosted them. It's fine. Alright, so in Hub 1, we got to see Kaze use her ears to, like, climb and, like, use the vines to, just kind of, like, climb forward. Now there's zip lines. Now we just slide on the vines. Oh! I dropped off way too early on that. I was trying to drop off in front, and I shouldn't. I need to just jump. So bouncing on these guys is actually slower than doing that, so I don't want to bounce on them, but it's whatever. Now, we're going to be playing dodgeball with all of these pumpkins, and they now have a green glow because they are covered in toxic fire. And we have destructible platforms here. So we don't really want to stand on them too long because they will disappear. Now the second half of this level is a little bit harder because there's more destructible platform. There's less solid ground to be on. Whee! Bop. We're going to be racing these fireballs. And where am I thinking? Oh yeah. So this one, that's a weird death animation. When you spin into him, he should, like, fly off in a curlicue. But when you spin into that one, he does the death animation when you bop on him. I don't know why. It's fun. But we're coming up close to the end of the level. On this last set of vines, we're going to be doing a dance formation because we're going to go up and down and through and over and down and up and jump because we want to avoid all the pumpkins. So, like I said earlier, you can see a lot of these levels are going by really fast, but it's still a great game. So if you play it and you're trying to 100% it, there are things you want to collect. So the purple gems, in order to unlock the good ending, you not only have to collect 100 in every level, but also every bonus level. To get to the bonus levels, you have to come across spin button what? There we go. That's what's supposed to happen there. But there are, like, secret levels in each of these, in each stage. They're hidden, so you don't really see them, especially when you're going fast, because they're usually out of the way. Ow! Stop that. I gotta play this a little careful for a little bit. Okay, we're fine. No, we're not fine. What? Because that's why I thought we were going to be fine. We have a heart. And then it's just like... No. And we get a small yeet over here. Anyway, so you get green gems that you can collect by beating each of these bonus stages in the levels. And after you get both of them, those walls that are hidden off, they get unlocked once you collect all of them from every level. So there are 2 in each level. The 100% needs you to collect everything in the game. There's also the Kaze letter. I have thought about trying to continually do Kaze runs where I go through and I collect all the letters in every level and that's it, outside of doing the normal levels, but we will see. Alright, let's see if we can make a level fast without dying. That would be great. No! And I spoke too soon. Alright. So this one, we have a tornado that's chasing us. You really won't see it. We move too fast because we got Dashy Boy here. He generally keeps us well in front of the thing. Yeah, that's the thing about self-commentary. I only have one person to blame for commentary cursing, that's me. Oh, I almost missed that. Thank you, Hitbox. And alright, but I'm sorry I'm not talking, I'm trying to make sure I don't die because I'm tired of that. But yeah. Whee! Alright. So one thing about the Tiger Mask, as you run into subsequent enemies, your dash is extended. Boop, boop, boop. Alright. Oh man. That's the fun part about this game is that normally the times I run this, the other people that do are in other parts of the world that are generally sleeping. So I have learned to self-commentate this one. I'm still not great at it, but hey, it works. We get to showcase the game. We're not here to go fast, we're here to have fun. Right? Showcase the game, do things for a good cause. Which, by the way, if y'all haven't gotten anything in for this charity, please donate. I was very thankful to help with this charity last year. Whoops. A little off. You say hard level. So, we have a rising toxic tide behind us, but I don't see it. I am playing some things a little safe. You can, oops. Speaking of playing safe, you can actually skip a lot of these a little bit faster, but for marathon safety, I am not, because you hit that toxic tide, you're dead. I don't want to be dead. Doesn't matter how many hearts you have. So we're coming up to the final climb. Like I said, you're dead. So Kavalka can do this level insanely fast with so many and yeah, that's right. It is the only level. Oh, where am I going? Well, you inadvertently saw one of the hidden checkpoints or the hidden level things. I went the wrong way. This is the only level where you can actually skip the checkpoint because it is not very purposely in your way. I do it for safety reasons if I'm doing like marathon runs and stuff, but well, I almost killed myself trying to go for a bonus checkpoint. Now we come to an auto-scroller. Now, unfortunately, this auto-scroller is not quite as fast as, like, say, the Blizzard levels, where you're kind of on an auto-scroller, but not quite, because you're forced at a run. But this one, you're on a platform. It's this kind of level. There are ways and areas where we can skip, but for the most part, we are limited to the speed of this platform for almost the entirety of the level. There are a couple sections where we can skip ahead on the platform to the next section, and it actually causes the camera to skip ahead. But otherwise, this is it. Now, if there are any donations that have come in that want to be read out, this would actually be a great time to do so, because there's not much to talk about this level. But actually, you know what? Coming through it, I don't know if there is microphone for donations live. Now think about it. But yeah. So, if anybody has any questions in chat, I forgot that I'm not in the Discord to talk about questions and stuff like that. So, haha. Yeah, I know. I saw that. So someone has done some major cuts in this level. But yeah, because there is an area where you can kind of skip ahead at the end and get to the spawn port a little bit faster. But I don't know how they do it so far off screen. And we do that on purpose. Not that, but hey, it's okay. Bonk. Alright, so now we're up at the one where we don't stay on the platform very often. Whew! I'm skipping ahead of myself a little too fast. That's the one I wanted to skip ahead on. And... well, I tried to jump too early. Whoops. So there's the point where you jump off that last platform. Yeah, they do. So if you jump off that last platform, you can go off screen. And if you listen just right, you can actually, like, as soon as your ears stop swirling, if you hit jump, you jump straight up into that, the portal. And so you actually exit the level before the screen finishes scrolling over to it. I jumped too early. Oh look, Ghostfish is back. Ghostfish is like those crabs. He doesn't like the light, but he also gets upset whenever you hit the red flowers. Red flowers make him angry and they speed him up. So... whoop. Right. Oops, I did not want to hit that, but that's okay. Because it also, like, even if there's light, it automatically turns it dark if you hit a red flower, I think. So I don't want to do that. Yeah, we'll find that skip. We don't like auto-scrollers. Auto-scrollers are slow. The one unfortunate thing about that auto-scroller is that, especially in casual, if you die, it's like a minute and a half time loss because the checkpoint in that auto-scroller is roughly a third of the way through the level, and yeah, it's rough. Because you have, especially if you die at the end. So this one I'm going to concentrate just a little bit on because during practice I was not very great at hitting the blob. If I can think, I was not very great at hitting all my jumps, and I kept dive bombing into the abyss. I don't want to dive bomb into the abyss. So as much as I would love to try to reach out and keep up with stuff, I will do that after this level because I have a fairly easy boss after this. Also, if you want to see this level done insanely fast, you should see Kavalka's video because there's 2 fish on there. Alright, so now we're coming up to Olaf. I mean, we all know a great, lovable, snowy Olaf. Unfortunately, this guy is not a huggable snowman. According to the devs, he's a turnip. He looks like an onion, but either way, he stinks. We are the tiger mask in this stage. So, again, we're coming up to set patterns on everything. So if you know where everything's at, you can just kind of stand in one place and just wait. Because there's no amount of trying to skip these cycles, unfortunately. After this, should be Olaf. No! I did it too quick! I did it too quick! So this is where you're going to get an example of a free 30-second time loss by having to repeat cycles. Because the boss hit me. Oh, nope. Stop. Controller. Stop. Alright. I don't know if it's my controller or if it's the game, but every now and then I will get this weird glitch where my controller is stuck in a down position. I don't know what it is. It's generally solved by me pausing and unpausing, but it sucks. Because it actually cost me world record one time by happening on Typhoon, which is the final boss. Whoop. And this time we're just gonna, like, the level has changed every time, which I will say is definitely something different from all the other bosses. Because, like, in Moda, it's just patterns changed. And the second one, it was patterns changed a little more difficult. This one, the whole stage changes, which is great. Can I get the quick bop? No! I tried for something, and I failed. If you're on the ledge right when he comes through at the right area, you automatically just bop him on the head. Oh well. There we go. Well, that's okay. I promise that boss is not normally this long. He's usually down really quick. Alright, so now we're going into Hub 4. We got our last 7 or 8 levels. 8 when you count the boss. I think. Yeah. Because there's 8 levels with the bonus level plus the boss, but we don't do the bonus level, so 7. Yeah. Whee! Alright, so that didn't go as well as I planned, but it got what I was trying to do. Now we birdie boy again. So if you do that one just right, you can, kind of like what happened on that last time, it's just kind of bop right into him. Also, lava bad. You hit lava, you dead. So we avoid lava. I'm gonna collect a heart up here, which I normally don't do, because I usually don't have no health going into this area. So I've got a couple skips that I remember seeing on something that I'm gonna try because of hitboxes. Ow. That was one of them. Except I didn't do it right. Thankfully, the next one is a little easier to do. We got a checkpoint. We're going to be getting some health. We're going to be back up to 3 hit points. We're going to be dodging these starfish as best as we can. Now on this, we're going to hug this left wall, or right wall, sorry. And just coast our way by all of these. Ow. That's not what I wanted to do. Woohoo! I have not got that one before. That is the first time I got that particular edge skip. Yay me! I don't care about that because I'm straight up into the end. You know what? I've noticed that, but I don't know why either. Maybe going into time trial turns them from like screen cycles into global cycles. I don't know. We're going to collect that out of safety. We shouldn't need it because we should really not be taking any damage in this level. I also need to remember to hit the right button to float. Boing. As I say that, let's run into a spiky ceiling. That's great. Oh well. Whew. I thought I missed that hook for a second. Jump over this guy. All right. So we got another tornado here. We see this one a little bit more than the other one. Whee! All right. Bonk, bonk, bonk. That's good. That particular thing, the jellies, are going to be very prevalent in the next level. I like that level a lot. I did not want to do that. But hey, we're good. We're at the end of the level. We're going to zip line down a few things. Going to hover over here, and we're in. Alright, now we're coming to Jelly Dungeon. I'm going to be collecting a heart at the beginning I normally skip because I normally don't take damage in that last level. Because we'll need it for damage boosts. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't need the damage boost in the first half level, so I'll get a heart in the second half. Boing! Now, one thing to keep in mind about the jellies is if you hold jump, you go higher. That should be expected. If you spin on them, you go higher. So I will be using timing on that in very specific cases to go by certain patterns. And we got to make sure in certain areas we do not hold jump or we will fly straight into a spiky ceiling. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. Now, we are going to be taking an intentional damage boost not too long after this. Ow. Never mind. No, we won't. Normally, you can make it right over that wall, but I was a little too off. Or, well, now I get to try it again. I don't think I've ever died there. That's the first. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Now we hover here, we bounce on him, and now we just basically mash our way through. Whoop. Alright, now we're coming up to our last lizard level. This is Zip Lizard. Actually, I'm thinking of the next 3 levels are all mask levels, if I think right. The last 3 of them before the final boss. So this one is nothing but pits. You have a little bit of solid ground. Once you get the mask, you're jumping over a pit. And you got all these beats and stuff. There's some cycles. Bonk. So we got a time bouncing on those bananas quite a bit because sometimes they're all we have to make it over a pit is a series of bananas. And there's actually a triple set at the end which drove me up the wall for the longest time. Alright. I don't know why I did that. I didn't need that until there. Checkpoint! This is another one of the levels where dying anywhere in the level is pretty punishing to the checkpoint if you're on original. So, casual makes it a little bit easier, but original is just as hard. You just have less hit points, and the checkpoints are punishing. Alright, so now we're coming up to... Yeah, we're coming up to the point where here pretty soon we're going to have a triple banana cycle we have to watch out for. Because for some odd reason, when you die, that cycle seems to be off, and I have no idea why. But we're going to purposely fall up here, no jump, still here. Bounce there, we're good. We're good, we did it without dying. Oh, for in Jelly Dungeon? It is because you're not... If you do it right, you don't bounce on 2 of the tomatoes, so you don't have that bouncing animation, because if you jump over the wall and you hit ground pound at the right point, you don't even do the initial bounce on that tomato thing. It's just one of those cutting a corner type thing at just the right moment. Alright, now this is our last lights on, lights off level. It's also our last shark level. And... No! That's not how I wanted to do that. Alright, so, the remainder of this level, we are going to be underwater till the very, very end when we're dropping out to the portal. Cool thing is, since this is a lights on, lights off level, we can hit those. The funny thing is if we do things right, we should never come in contact with anything else other than, like, the tomatoes and things we can kill. And the other cool thing is, if we hold dash swim, and or if we hold fast swim and dash, we really don't need to hit any of those lanterns because we are actually faster. Okay. I teleported straight through the rock. Anyway, like I was saying, if you hold dash, or hold fast swim and dash the entire way through, you actually outpace that fish and he can never catch you. If it wasn't for the recovery time, I would wonder how much that damage boost teleport thing would save. But it's just like, I was still in an animation, it's just like zip and then recover. I'm like, okay. I am honestly not sure what happened there. Whenever you're mashing fast enough and you hit the wrong button and you restart a level instead of going out, so you accidentally time trial the level. Whoops. Alright, this is going to be the last level where we have the tiger mask. There's going to be a lot of these platforms that we have to hit cycles on. So, if they're flat like that, we can land on them. If they look like they're off to the side, we can't. Bonk, and go. So we can actually cut some of these cycles a little short. And as long as, like, that thing is about to hit the bright part of the track, we can land on it. Even if it's not fully animated up yet, it just has to be in the position where it's just like, oh, I'm about to animate to be flat. And checkpoint. This one's going to require a little bit of concentration from me to hit some of these cycles, so I apologize if I don't talk. Just hopefully I don't miss anything. Well, that's not what I wanted to do, but it works. I still got the cycle as fast as I wanted it to. Woo! I cut that cycle really close. And now we're just going to ride this particular one up. Name it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be running into any other enemies the remainder of this level. Now we've got a little skip coming up here. Where we take it... Oh. Whoops. So, on that particular portal, if we dash and we do the ground pound gives us this little height and we just hop straight up into that portal. So we don't have to do the intended way of going over the wall and then dashing over. No mask on this one, but we got a whole big old pit of lava below us. Lava bad. This is not the messenger. I don't have things that can walk on fire. Okay, didn't want the damage boost, but it works. I was just going faster than I normally do, which is fine. Bonk. Now this is going to be a lot of I normally hover there and I didn't. That's 100% on me. Because normally it's whee. No, I did that too fast. Well. Alright. We got this level of the last one to go. We can do it. Oh, that's the first time I've actually been able to make that. I'll blame it on me dying because cycles seem to be a little weird. Because normally I'm bouncing for a while on that tomato and I don't get what I want. Whee! No! Alright. I'm trying to go too fast. I need to slow down. Because quite literally, this run is on fire now. I want to learn how to skip this particular thing. Because I think there's a way to do it, I just don't know it. Okay. That was not intended because, I was trying to spin and it didn't work. Alright, well, let's see if we can actually not. There we go. I'm like, I know I hit spin, why did I just walk off the level? Oh, I would absolutely love to do a tournament for it. I'm just now catching up on some of that. But hey, this is part of the reason why I'm going through and I'm trying to showcase this in marathons, so that way people can pick it up and we can try to do things like that. We want more people to run this game. It is great. I just need to remember not to try to run it so early in the morning. Typhoon, last boss. So, the mechanics of Typhoon is we actually have 4 phases in this, instead of the normal 3. We have to collect 6 gems per phase, except the last one. And so the 6 gems basically cause some kind of like energy to come out and break her barrier. She follows us. So we can manipulate where she's going by standing in certain areas because she will track us. Which means that we can manipulate where she goes, so we can get favorable patterns. Normally I do that a little different, but I goofed it. And so we got one more to go here. Now, one thing with bosses, like if you die, you have to repeat the entire level. There's nothing worse than dying on her 4th phase and have to redo all of these. Alright, this one is an interesting one to beat the pattern on. Because if you're too fast, you can actually just get bopped by her off screen and it sucks. Yeah, I took that hit on purpose because I was going too fast and her pattern was all wonky. Alright, So now we are Lizard Boy before we go into the last one. I cannot take any damage the rest of this run, which should be easy, because I shouldn't be taking any damage here. Because the only thing that can hit me is Typhoon, and she's a death plane, so it doesn't matter how much health you have, she will kill you. But this one, we're going to collect 3 of these big ones. And now we're just going to hover over here and wait on the wall, because time's going to come up as soon as I bop her for the last time. So we got 3, 2, 1, and time! I delayed that a little bit so I didn't die. But that is Kaze the Wild Mask, 80% casual, no level skip. There were some of those levels I was worried whether I was going to come across and actually die and hit those 7 deaths, but that's okay. So, woo! That is it. Now, I'll let the cutscene play out while I'm doing my exit stuff so you can see what happens when we beat Typhoon. But, so, normally this is a little bit better, the run. We did a minute 3, or an hour 3. I did an hour 10 on estimate because marathon stuff. It works. So, for the casual, no-level skip runs, I am world record holder on the leaderboards. Although, if people like Death Control or Kavalka ever decide to do that, I will not be. But it's okay. It's a great game. There's only like 5 or 6 of us that well, actually, come to think of it, I think Death Control, Kavalka, and I are the only ones that actively run it, put times up. We want to change that. Please join it. We can be found on speedrun.com under Kaze and Wild Mask. If you want to come find me, you can find me on most socials at Miinfin. So whether it's Twitch, Twitter, things like that. I generally speedrun indie platformer / Metroidvanias, so if it's a nice, fun indie game, I will probably be playing it. I have a new one I'm probably going to start practicing next week. But yeah, so make sure we get in some donations to this great charity. And then I will actually be on another marathon later on today. Keep an eye on my Twitter to see when that's going to be. But I will see y'all later on in the day. I will see y'all, as Metroid would say, I will see y'all next mission. I'll hand it over to Mr. Dino. And y'all have a great day.